Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Rich here. In upstate New York, we're getting a little bit of weather as usual. For winter time, I guess. This is the way it goes. I'm going to go over a 4-season tent I got a couple months ago for this weather. And I've used it a handful of times and it seems to be working pretty good. So, just wanted to go over it. I haven't seen any videos online about this tent. I've seen a couple reviews. North Face does not even have a setup video on it, which I wish they would at least do a quick little shot of that, just because there are some questions as far as pole placement. So, again, I think I got it fine, but we'll just go over it quick. It's a quirky little tent. It's called a hybrid tent. So half of it has a fly on it, half of it's single wall. Also, on the North Face website, they're saying 5 pounds, 10 ounces. I cannot get down to that magic number. Now, maybe I have an older model or something that's a little heavier, but I'm up around 6.5 pounds. Now, that's for the tent, the poles, and the stakes. So, yeah, let's put this up. We'll take a look at it, get some measurements, and go from there. The North Face Alpine Guide 2. Total weight claimed on the North Face webpage, 5 pounds, 10 ounces. Again, I was about 6.5 pounds when I weighed my complete setup here. So, not sure where the difference is, but it's a little bit off. The floor area is 35.8 square feet. The vestibule is 10.3 square feet. So, it's a little tight for 2 people, but it works for us. So it's a good size for us. We definitely can fit all of our winter gear between the vestibule and in the tent without any problem. So, but we don't pack too heavy anyway. So the fly is made out of 30D nylon. The mesh is 15D nylon, and the floor is 40D nylon. But it's definitely a very sturdy tent. Have not had any problems with it as of yet, but it's kind of a new addition to the family. My big question to North Face is this pole. This pole creates awnings over 2 side vents, which those vents are wonderful in the cold weather for venting. They work perfectly. Between the vents there and the vents in the front up under the vestibule, which I'll show you once we get in the tent. This one rear vent going up under there, there's more than enough airflow to keep the condensation out. But my question is, since there are no setup videos on this tent, this pole is shown on the North Face website going underneath those two poles. So it's set up exactly how it's shown on the North Face website. But as you can see, these clips have a lot of play in them. They're not stretched out like they should be. Now, I've set it up both ways. I've put the pole over the top of the two poles, and it works really well that way also. But I'm going by what is being shown on the website. So if anybody from North Face wants to jump in, or can jump in, or if anybody knows, that would be wonderful, because I'd really like to know the answer to that. I'm going to assume it's probably supposed to go this way, but I don't know. Okay, folks, measuring the tent foot here. The inside width at the widest point, we've got 57 inches. So that's at the widest point, 57 inches. At the foot part, the narrowest part of the tent goes down to 40 inches. Then the overall inside, 86 inches. No, say 87 inches, because actually when you push that up, 87 inches for the inside. So, like I said, it's a very spacious one-person tent, but we fit in here without any problems. We both have tapered sleeping pads, and that in our bags. So leave our boots in our backpacks in the vestibule. And it's more than enough room. As best as I can, get us a shot of the inside of the tent. You can see going out the back, there's that back door, what they call the gear door. And then you've got the two side vents, which again create a lot of really, really good airflow through the tent. And then up on top, you've got the vent. Looking back this way, you've got the door with the vent at the top, and then the vent at the top of the vestibule. So, like I said, there's plenty of ventilation in this tent, and they claim that it works decent in warmer conditions also. So, as you can see, I'm sitting up in the tent. There is room, plenty of room to sit up. We've got really nice storage compartments, 3 on each side, that work wonderful. And here's a look from the inside. Usually what I do is I just fold that open, fold it down, zip the screen back up. Just make it look a little neater than that. But this creates a nice airflow if you do that on both sides. Between that and then this front section opened a little bit, and you've got a really, really nice airflow through here. Keeps the condensation, keeps it out. Do a little searching, you can find this tent for under $400. So it's a 4-season tent for under $400, and can't go wrong with that. for the price, it's definitely worth. If you can find this for, I want to say I got it right around the 340 mark with 20-25% off, something along that. And for a 4-season tent, it's going to be hard to beat that price. And there are a few quirks with the tent, yes. You have the snow collecting on the top with this style of tent. That's what happens. You get a little snow load on the top there. It can easily be brushed off. You got some vents on the side here. They work wonderfully. This big vent in the back, I'm not quite sure why that's there, but they call it a gear door. And I suppose if you want to throw your gear in it, go for it. Nothing I will use. But these side vents with the little awnings over them in a snowstorm, they work great. I've not had any problems with that. Have not had any problems with the single wall versus the double wall fly. There hasn't been any condensation buildup. They work. It works perfectly. So, like I said, for under $400 for a 4-season tent, it's really can't go wrong. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.